Hi, this is going to repeat in Spanish. Esto se repetirá en español. So today in my radio show, the question was, what information will the insurance company want from me if I am making a claim against them? Okay, and so the first thing I will tell you is that they're going to want all the information that could possibly be relevant to prove or disprove anything that you are claiming that you're entitled to, any money that you're claiming that you're entitled to, okay? Obviously, they would love to be able to pay you as little as possible. At the same time, they do have a duty to pay you if you have a claim. So it is my job to make sure that we get them all the information that is going to help your case and to explain the information that might not be so great for your case, okay? So I'm going to give you a few examples. If you are in an auto accident with your car, okay, and your car is damaged and you are claiming property damage, they will want to know something like, was this car involved in a previous accident? And if it was and it had damages, did you repair those damages? Because if you didn't repair those damages and you got hit in the same area, they will say, well, part of that or all of that is due to the previous accident, okay? So that's an important thing to know. Also, if your car in this accident, in the current accident, is damaged beyond repair, they will want to know the value of your car. But if your car who was damaged beyond repair, and that now they have to pay you for the car instead of repairing it, right? If that car had a previous accident and you had not fixed that accident, then they will try to establish that your car was worth a little bit less because it had not had those repairs, okay? So these are the kinds of things that would happen in a situation of property damage. Let's say you are claiming that you have an injury, whether it was from a bus accident, a truck accident, whether it was from a fall at a store, okay? And I can, obviously help you in all those scenarios. But let's say that you're claiming that you have an injury. They're going to want to see your medical records. Not only the medical records from the providers, the medical providers that are treating you for your current injury, but they will also want the medical records from from the last few years before the accident. And why would they want that? Well, they would like to see if you have complained about this same area. Let's say, like I said, let's say it was a neck injury that you have from this accident. They would like to see if you have complained about pain to your neck in the previous few years, okay? They would like to know if you have been involved in any sports and if you have sports-related injuries, okay? So let's give another example. Let's say that you are claiming that because of your accident and your injury, you ended up losing wages. You were unable to work for a period of time. They will want to see your history, your wage history, okay? What did you make? And in the case of people who are self-employed or contractors, okay, sometimes this gets pretty tricky. Many times, the only thing that people in that situation have to prove what they've made is the previous year's taxes. And sometimes people tell me, well, that doesn't accurately reflect everything I've made. And so what I suggest to them is if there have been any mistakes or omissions in previous year's taxes, you may want to file an amended tax to show what you're actually making in order to be able to prove to the insurance company what your lost income is, okay? Because it's really hard not to do that without that. And then I'm gonna also mention that insurance carriers will look into your social media because social media is often public, okay? And on social media sometimes reveals things are going on. People post so much about their lives in social media. I had an accident. I feel bad. My neck hurts. This, that, the other. Everybody has their different level of information that they like to share in social media, and they will look at it. And if it were to go to court, they can even ask the court to let them access all the information, all the data in your social media. So even if you've made it private, they might still be able to have access to it. So it's very important to be careful what you post there. And I'm just going to give you an example. Say your back is injured and you have to have a surgery. And after the surgery, say you love to dance like me, and you can't dance, okay? You can't dance anymore, and you've made that part of your claim. But one day, you wake up and you feel a lot better than you felt for a long time. And this day, you end up going to an event or whatever the case, and you dance 1 or 2 dances, okay? Maybe afterwards, you felt bad again, but for that moment, you felt great. Well, if that happens to be what they see in social media, they might try to use that to establish that you can dance. So the other important thing is to be very honest. If you're saying you can't dance, you can say, well, I used to dance every weekend, for example, or I used to play tennis every weekend. I used to go to the gym and lift weights 5 times a week. Now, I can't do that. However, I have been able to do it on very rare occasions. But when I have tried to do it, although I did it, a few times, once, twice, whatever. When I came home, this is how I felt, and this is what I had to do. These were my limitations. Maybe you had to take pain medication. Maybe you had to stay in bed the next day, etc. So it's important to be honest with them and with us. Most importantly with us, because we will provide that information to them, and we will provide it in the right way. So if you just told me, yes, I dance sometimes, I will ask you, well, what happens when you dance? Did that used to happen before? Okay. Now, people sometimes get surprised that they will try to look at your social media, but there's just a lot that some people share about their lives in social media. So it is really something that can provide relevant information. So let's just be careful out there. And now I'm going to go and repeat this in Spanish. Okay. La pregunta era, ¿cuál información yo tendría que proveerle a una compañía de seguro? ¿O qué información ellos me van a pedir si yo hago un reclamo porque tuve un accidente, tuve una caída, etcétera? Ok, entonces lo primero y lo más importante es que ellos van a pedir cualquier información que sea relevante, que pueda probar o pueda hacer lo contrario, disminuir, probar o disminuir evidencia de que usted ha tenido alguna pérdida, ¿ok? Entonces le voy a dar algunos ejemplos. Suponiendo que usted tuvo un accidente con un automóvil o con un camión o una troca, como le dicen algunas personas, ¿ok? Y suponiendo que su vehículo fue dañado, entonces usted está pidiendo dinero para repararlo. Ellos van a preguntar, ¿había daños en ese carro antes de este accidente? Porque si es así, es posible que ese daño, si no fue reparado, va a disminuir el dinero que ellos le tienen que dar, si fue dañado en la misma área, ¿ok? Lo otro es que si su auto fue dañado tanto que ya no se puede reparar, no vale la pena, es imposible o simplemente económicamente no tiene sentido porque hay que invertirle tanto dinero que es más que el valor del carro. Ellos van a mirar si tiene daños anterior porque eso disminuye el valor que le tienen que dar a su carro. Pero a la vez, usted puede probar, por ejemplo, que usted mantenía su carro en muy buenas condiciones, que su carro tenía algunas cosas bueno, hay muchas cosas técnicas ahora, cámaras, botones que abren el baúl, diferentes cosas que suben el valor de su carro. Entonces, todas estas cosas son relevantes para su reclamo. Vamos a darle un último ejemplo que es muy importante porque esto pasa muchas veces cuando estoy representando a un cliente. Esa persona se está quejando, vamos a suponer, de un dolor del cuello. La compañía de seguros no solamente quiere ver la información de su doctor que está haciéndole el tratamiento por el dolor del cuello, pero también querrá ver la información de cualquier doctor que ha visitado en los últimos años, incluyendo su doctor de cabecera. Porque ellos quieren ver si usted se ha quejado de este mismo dolor y cuándo fue la última vez que usted se quejó de eso y qué tan severo era ese dolor. Para ellos tratar de probar que quizás parte o todo del dolor que usted tiene ahora es debido a otra causa que no fue el accidente. Y nosotros obviamente probar si la evidencia es favorable de que hacía tiempo o nunca usted se había quejado de esta cosa. Sí le quiero decir que muchas veces las compañías de seguro van a querer ver sus medios sociales, así que si ha sido lesionado, tengan en cuenta y no pongan cosas ahí que le pueden perjudicar en su reclamo. Bueno, esto es todo por ahora y recuerde, como siempre, estamos aquí por ti en aquiporti.com. Gracias.